I know what you're thinking. What's with the monkey? I'm Robbie Williams. I'm one of the biggest pop stars in the world. But I've always seen myself a little less evolved.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, I think this might be the final review of 2024, and what a way to cap off the year with a singing chimpanzee. This is my review of Better Man. Robbie Williams, former member of Take That and solo superstar, also considered to be the bad boy of the UK pop scene in the early noughties. But this look at his life includes all of the highs and all of the lowest of lows, as we see Robbie fall into almost all of the traps that fame lies out. Oh, and in the case of this film, Robbie Williams is a chimpanzee. I'm plenty familiar with Robbie Williams. My mum was an uber fan, so that when I was growing up, I was essentially raised with his music. And I was also aware that Robbie had his fair share of demons and very, very dark times. It's nice to know that nowadays he's overcome them. Now, with the help of the Greatest Showman director Michael Gracey, Robbie is singing and narrating his way through a retelling of his life in some unconventional means, and the emotion that I had leaving the cinema was overwhelming sadness. Dear God, for a film that features dazzling musical numbers, Better Man is a raw and unflinchingly honest look at the life of Robbie Williams. I'm not ashamed to say that at multiple points, this film had me sobbing. And I don't just mean like a tear down the cheek kind of crying. No, my mum and I went to see this. We were weeping. It's eye-opening just how somber this film is. An examination of a man who was so desperate to achieve fame and reap all of its rewards that the cost of such a thing was his own self-worth. Robbie narrates and sings much of this, but actually playing the part of Robbie Williams is Jonno Davies, who dons a motion capture suit to transform this fairly typical tainted pop star tale into a wholly original presentation. The visual effects work is incredibly strong, but impressively, you soon forget that we are watching a chimpanzee lead the film, and instead, you buy into the story. It also makes sense for this peculiar choice to exist in the first place, and is a very appropriate fit for Robbie's character. The typical tropes and narrative beats of music biopics are clear to see, but it's in the film's execution where Better Man avoids many of those cliches. Michael Gracey really impressed me here. Firstly, I feel as if he has grown as a filmmaker. I thought he did fantastic work on The Greatest Showman. It's a very enjoyable film, but this is a huge step up from him. The musical elements are spectacular. It's full of inventive camera work, creative visuals. Perhaps the best set piece in the film is a lively romp across Regent Street set to rock DJ. But for all the glitz and the glam, what caught me off guard the most was just the film's level of honesty. Robbie's life was plagued by darkness, from drugs and alcohol to familial loss. The screenplay does handle these aspects quite heavy-handedly, and a touch of finesse wouldn't have gone amiss. But believe me, it still had the intended effect, because after watching this, my mum and I cried so much that I think we're going to keep Kleenex in business for at least another year. Better Man is actually an accurate representation of Robbie Williams in more ways than one. It might not have the most original voice in the world, but it carries itself remarkably well that you still find yourself entertained and moved. Michael Gracey has become a worthy director of note, crafting cracking musical numbers whilst retaining the pathos of a man quite literally stuck in hell. Don't dismiss this one just because of some odd chimpanzee choices. Believe me, it's one of this year's best. I'm going to give Better Man an 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Better Man. Let me know. Have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know, who is a music icon that you would like to see have their own biopic, who hasn't had one yet, but what would you do to make it stand out? But that is all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.